Hello men, hope you're having a very good day. Replicant Fish here, with this one. Why men stay single forever. But what is forever? Is it the entire life forever? Or the from this point forever? As in you've had relationships or been married, had girlfriends, whatever, but for the rest of your life, the foreseeable future, the forever of the rest of your life, would be single. Or the single as in the entirety of your life so far, you have been single. And you may see yourself being so for the rest of it. The thing about men staying single forever, it's a sense of how much of it is by choice, and how much is because they have no choice. And that could mean many things, as in, even if you have a choice, you still may be restricted by the choice of women you have. Thus, nothing but single mothers, thoughts, gold diggers, and so on and so forth. Or you may not have a choice and most women may not find you attractive or appealing in some way or some form. So with choice, it's a sense of, is it in your hands or is it not in your hands? But when the choice is in your hands, be it if you can or can't get them, it's a sense of, why would a man then choose to spend the rest of his life by himself, in the peace and company of himself, and not seek to have the warmth and the company of a woman, to lay his head gently against her bosom and feel the warmth and hear her heartbeats. Butterflies and so on. Yeah. But the thing is that woman really going to be the woman you'd want her to be? Is she actually going to make things better for you or worse for you? Is she going to benefit you? That's a problem. You see, one can choose to be single forever knowing that his options are pretty crap. Not even to say that the women in my dating pool are crap. No, let's just say that my options are crap. If one chooses to say that, then that's his own choice. But my point is, it's more a deeper sense of understanding what you want to do with your life. I could spend it trying to make this woman happy, trying to cheer her up. Hey, come on girl, give us a smile, come on. Or could I spend the time actually cheering myself up, making myself smile? Which is much easier. It is so much easier. I've never said this before. It's a very simple thing. It is far easier to cheer myself up than it is to cheer up a very sad woman. That's not me being very monstrous and machine-like, though I call myself Replicant Fish, but whatever. It's a sense of simplicity and selfishness. You could say it's selfishness, but 2019, come on. Being selfish is a form of protection as well. It stops you from getting into stupid things by wanting to give so much of yourself and what you have. Not that that is ever a bad thing. But sometimes many men do look at a woman and think, my God, how many men have been there? And once again, not in a bad sense, but how men see things. For men, it's like a painting that's been urinated on and busted on quite a few times. Thus, it has lost its luster. You see, in a sense, for many men, that's what it seems like. Like, I don't really want this painting. It's not really my sort of thing. Zombie sort of sounding effects. I don't really want this painting. I'll let some other man take this painting. Because for another man to take this painting, he would have to clean it up as well. Restoration. The fix-up guys and the restoration sort of men. The fixers. The Coldplay I will fix yous. Many men do stay single forever because they have been burnt. Single doesn't necessarily mean celibate though, but it doesn't not either. Some men choose to, some men don't. But the point and fact is they don't commit to anything overly serious and heavy. Because from their point of view, they're not getting anything. From their point of view, they can't move forward in life with this other person in their life, almost holding them back. Now for some do suffer with the loneliness. Many suffer with the loneliness, but some others don't because they have too many things to do. And loneliness is an afterthought. They are alone, but they're not lonely. They have too many things to do and focus on. And they have the choice of spending time with family and friends and doing whatever they want to do. So they are alone, yes, but not lonely. So the thought of forever does seem daunting and lonely and cold and empty. For some, it may be. For others, it's actually not. Doesn't mean you still can't enjoy a woman, but she's just never going to live in your house, share your bank account, have access to your money, be able to take you to court, be able to get you for child support, be able to do many, many things to you because she's not your woman. The time you spend with her may be a turn, but she's not your woman. Some say we cannot go back to the archaic thinking of before, thus we have feminism, and indeed I agree, we can't. No, we can't. There's no point looking for a housewife nowadays, is there? Not for many men, because they don't see housewives, they see chicks, see women, and some of those women are thoughts. Some are far worse. You'd ask what's far worse than a thought? I'm not sure, and make something up, a super thought, ultra thought, mega thoughts, super ultra mega thoughts, multi-dimensional thought. Now that's something scary right there. That you can only imagine where she's been. But seriously, it's a very free and liberated time we live in. Some would say very hedonistic. Some would say it's very end of the world like, end of the world-esque. We're all going to die. It's the end of the world. We're all going to die. I'm not sure why that's funny. I do tend to laugh at stupid things, and that is why I don't laugh at my jokes about women, because I don't think women are stupid at all. Seriously. Life is very short. It can seem long. It's long if you do stupid things and you mess it up and then you have to watch every single day tick by, reminding yourself of the crap and the stupidness and the mistake that you've made. But so long as you're learning, you're still improving in some way or some form. But the thing is, you can spend this long life chasing something that will never be the way you assume or want it to be. Or you could spend that time actually living your life, doing something. You see, some men have the difficulty in finding something that they deem as decent and worthy. I can commit myself to this woman. Some men find that difficult. But for some men, they still want that, so they have the constant pursuit, which is understandable. At the same time, one should not neglect living his life to the maximum, no matter what. Regardless of your thoughts of, I'm going to chase because I do want this eventually, or I'm just going to live my life anyway, or I'm just doing my life as it comes. Either way, I'm doing my life for myself. It is good to be somewhat selfish, not to be overly arrogant and selfish like replicant fish. No, not like this narcissistic fishy bastard here. No. Be better, in a sense. Many men are taught to love and seek love out there. They're not really taught to love themselves though, you know? The ultimate love is her, yet many men can't even see an ounce of love for themselves. That's the sad thing. That is very sad. You see, when you can love yourself, and understand the meaning of loving yourself, regardless of what you see love as. When it's in yourself, you know it's flipping real because it's in yourself. It's you. It's your thing. It's how you feel about you. Which is so important. The thought is how you feel about someone else. But my God, how the hell do you feel about you? Do you feel any damn thing about yourself? Can you feel anything about yourself? How much of that is true? And how much is a lie? It is very easy to be single forever when you can see that the choices they're not as great as you'd want them to be. Yes, they could be better. Yes, one could be too arrogant and too picky. But why not? Rather be too picky than too simpish. Rather be too picky than too thirsty. Rather be too picky than to end up being too regretful. Knowing that this mistake could have been avoided. Not to say another person is a mistake, but one could say going against your better judgment. That in itself could be the mistake. And in speaking of judgment, not the Terminator Judgment Day sort of nonsense in a universe of machine women, but in more a sense of how do you judge yourself? Like, what is the content of your own character? You see, when you actually value yourself at a slightly higher level, it then becomes much more difficult for others to try to take that advantage of you. They can judge you all they want to, say you're this and you're that. Who the hell do you think you are? You think you're better than everyone else? Why do you not just be normal and settle down like a normal person would? Because by their judgment, you're not normal. But then again, you can't overvalue others' judgment over your own. If you judge your actions as logical, they make sense to you in your life. They make sense to you in your life. To fit into the mind frame of being normal, of course others would shame you into being what is seen as normal. Because you're not normal. Anything but normal. But some people do choose to live single forever. In no bad way at all. It's not bad for anyone else at all. It's actually beneficial for them. That is the point. It can be seen in many stupid and selfish ways from the person who's looking on. From their point of view, it can look wrong. It can look confusing to them. But from your perspective, it makes perfect sense. Because to you, it makes sense. You know why. You have lived your life. You have had those experiences. You've been the man that's either had these relationships, been married, had these girlfriends who have ended up just messing you up, to be honest. Or being on the verge of messing you up. Or driving you insane. Or you've been the guys that have tried and haven't gotten what you tried to get. Because it didn't go the way you wanted, or because you didn't have the swagger or something like that that's always in demand. But the point is, so many of the ways we feel about ourselves is based on what others think about us. It's what they think about us. So because of those experiences, and because of hearing what others have said about us and think about us, the ways in which they've looked at us, regarded us, for many people that is who they are. So for many people, they've been regarded as being sad and lonely because they have no one in their life. But the simple fact, and as I always say, is who the hell cares? There is only so much time in this world to care what other people think. So long as you know why you have made the decisions you have made, then be happy in that. Be confident in that. Forever could be a very long time or a very short time, depending on how you live your life, depending on what mistakes you make, and depending how you then learn from those mistakes. For some, single forever means doom. It seems like doom and gloom. For others, it's the most refreshing thoughts and feeling they've ever had. Because they understand they have a choice. They understand that the choice truly is theirs. Because no one else is living their life for them. Thus, with pinpoint accuracy, focus, observe, remember. The world is yours. Have a nice day.